Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today we'll be taking a look at the final figure from the first wave of the Transformers Studio Series 86 figures. And we are taking a look at the Leader Class Grimlock from the SS86 line. And oh my gosh, I'm really excited for this figure. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man. Let's go! But of course, we cannot forget to take a look at the packaging. So let's bring it up close here. So you have a nice image there of Grimlock in his Dino Mode with the Autobot Wheelie himself riding on Grimlock. Grimlock and Autobot Wheelie, Studio Series 8606. The Transformers, the movie, and you got the backdrop right there, and this is the scene where Grimlock and the rest of the Dinobots were coming at the Quintesson walls and then crushing the door at one prosecutor, and yeah, which is pretty funny. And Slug was saying, "Excuse me," anyway. So yeah. And then Grimlock was like roaring at the Sharktons, which is pretty cool. You got the Transformers logo and Generations and the side, and Takara tell me the Transformers the movie logo again, and got the same image there of Grimlock in his Dino Mode. He is a Leader Class 8606, and you come back here, same image there, like very full image. Got the number 86 right there, and you have the obligatory product shots. Got a Mockery of Justice, and you got the Dino Mode, the Robot Mode, 24 steps. And you can have your bio. Grimlock and the Dinobots storm the Quintesson courtroom to save the Autobots, Autobot Hot Rod and Autobot Cup. So yeah, pretty cool. So that is pretty much it for the packaging itself. And here is Grimlock fully transformed into his Dino Mode, and I love this Dino Mode. It looks so freaking screen accurate. It's based on the 1986 film. It's just a really cool looking figure in my opinion. Really nicely done. Looks fantastic all around. But before we take a look at Grimlock himself, we shall take a look at his accessories. So one of the accessories that he includes is his gun right here, which is pretty cool. So you got these little posts on the barrels themselves, so you can actually plug in some effects parts at the end. I'm not sure my camera will focus. Focus, some more, there we go. So yeah, you can actually plug in some effects parts and shoot some Decepticons, which is pretty cool. So there you have his gun right there. And the last accessory that he includes is Autobots Wheelie. Now at first, I was kind of disappointed that Wheelie couldn't transform, but I was actually surprised at how much you can incorporate Wheelie into the Dino Mode, which is pretty cool. You can actually send him on the Dino Mode, and he does have some nice articulation here and there, so he does have some head movement. So you do have rotation at the head, which is nice. Got a little bit of upward and down movement on the head, and the arms, they're on the ball joints, can rotate a full 360, and this arm can actually move inward to accommodate the slingshot, pose. That's pretty cool. And this arm can definitely rotate a full 360, can move in and out, which is pretty nice. And you do have a waist swivel, a piece of articulation that I wasn't aware of. So that's pretty cool. And got the ball joints at the hips, it can move. You can do the full splits, and that's it, because the legs are definitely molded in this position, but he can still stand, so he can definitely stand like that. So, which I'm trying to make him, there we go. So he can definitely stand, but he has to do like a big squat like that. So yeah, so I'm still gonna count this guy as one of my Transformers figures, because it's a 1986 Wheelie, so he even has an Autobot symbol on his chest, and his head is definitely nicely painted. He's definitely nicely molded. Yeah, pretty clean also. You can see all the gaps right there inside of Wheelie's legs, which is pretty funny. But anyway, so you can definitely take Wheelie and put him on Grimlock. Whoops! Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen. This light keeps falling on you. Keeps falling on you. My goodness. My gosh. Anyway. So, there we go. Anyway, so what was I saying here? You got these two little posts on the sides of the Dino Mode right there. And you can definitely take Wheelie and just plug him in. Plug him in. Plug him in. And there we go. He's actually sitting on top of Grimlock, which is really, really nice. And he's actually, you know, firing his slingshot, which is pretty cool. I definitely like that. And one thing you can do is that you can actually take slingshot and just remove from Wheelie's hand, and there we go. I never knew you can do that, but I know now. So yeah, you can actually do that if you want to, but why would you want to? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, just unpeg Wheelie so that we can actually move on to the Dino Mode itself. So yeah, so let's get in close here so we can take a look at his head sculpt. Really nicely done, Grimlocky head sculpt. Nice metallic blue for the eyes, which is really nice. Unfortunately, he doesn't have all his teeth because you can see that big hole on the front. So he doesn't have his front teeth, unfortunately, but hey, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, and nice gold paint on the neck itself. Nice Autobot symbol on the chest. Pretty cool. Nice reds right there. Nice gold right here. Yeah, we'll take a look at this section in a little bit. Nice gold for the toes and the heel spurs, which is really, really nice. And you got a big fat tail, which honestly, it's screen accurate. You know, it's definitely a screen accurate looking tail, so it's supposed to be fat and chunky, so yeah. And you got this green, red, and metallic blue on the back right here. Got a little bit of black right there, that's for the toes. Got white for the tail tip, that's pretty cool. So yeah, really nicely done. So you can actually store his weapon on the Dino Mode. So you can actually take these two tabs, and they will tab in to two slots right here. So just tab this in. I think I did it wrong side, or am I doing this right? I think I'm doing this right. There we go. Just tab this in. Just tab this in. That's all tabbed in. There we go. And there you have the storage for your gun. And yeah, it's ridiculous. But you can actually take the gun here. You can take the gun, remove it. And there are ports right here on the sides of his legs. There are ports right here, so you can actually take the gun and just plug it into his hips. That is pretty cool. You can actually do that, or just plug this right here, and that's nice if you want to. But hey, it is what it is. Just remove the gun, put it out to the side, and we shall get on to the articulation. So the articulation, he can definitely open and close his mouth. And you do have a post right there, so you can actually plug in an effects part in his mouth, which is pretty cool. So you can actually breathe fire if you want him to. So that's pretty cool. And you can use this hinge to move his head up and down. And you do have head rotation, which is really cool, and that's nice. And you do have ball joints at the dino arms. They can actually rotate a full 360. They're kind of tight on mine, so do be careful. And you do have a hinge right here, like an elbow joint for the dino arms, which is pretty cool. The fingers, they're not articulated. My tongue stopped working. They're not articulated, unfortunately. They're just molded into place. The legs, they can rotate a full 360 on the ratchet. They can move out like that, and you do have a thigh swivel. You do have a knee joint, but it's kind of going on the wrong way, so it goes this way only. So yeah, he can break his knees if you want to. That's unfortunately. And you can actually move his little toes and the little heel spur if you want to for articulation. And that's pretty much it for his articulation right there. So yeah, I think, in my opinion, this guy has better articulation than the Power to Prime's Grimlock. But anyway, so let's get down to some size comparisons. Here is Grimlock compared with his Power of the Prime's counterpart, and I will say, this guy definitely destroys this figure. I mean, this figure was kinda decent, but this guy, way better. Leaps and bounds, worlds and galaxies better than this. It's night and day between these two. No contest, like literally no contest. But anyway, let's move on to the next comparison. Just because, here is Grimlock compared with the Kingdom Leader class Megatron.
Oh, with the little tiny Cyberverse Deluxe class Grimlock.
With the other Studio Series Leader class Grimlock. And finally, with the rest of the SS86 figures, got Jazz, Cop, Scourge, Hot Rod, and Blur. And yeah, you can see how they look together. And yeah, Grimlock is definitely towering the other SS86 stuff because he's a leader class and they're Voyagers and Deluxes. So yeah. Anyway, so that is pretty much it for the Ultimate comparisons. Okay, so I think we are pretty much done overlooking the Dino Mode. Looks awesome, looks great, very detailed. And now we shall transform Grimlock into his mighty robot mode. Me Grimlock King! So the first thing you want to do, you want to flip out his fists right now. They will click into place. There we go. And you want to flip out his fists. And there we go. And there you have that. So now, you want to take the head section right here. You want to straighten his head like that. And you want to split all this in the middle, just like every other Grimlock transformation. And you want to bring this head to the back and can flip out his robot mode head. If you want to, you can actually leave Grimlock with the robot mode head like that. If you want to. Hey, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. But anyway, just split this open and there we go. So now you want to untap all this, untap the chest panel like here, and just bring all this up. My camera will focus. There are two tabs right here. We'll tab in to those slots right there and just tap this in. Just tap all this in and there you go. So now just bring his arms down, So now for his leg section right here, just bring out his arms like that. And now you want to take all this, straighten this up, and you want to split the tail just like that. Whoops! Now you can't pop off the tail. That's not what you're supposed to do. Nope. You can't pop off the tail. Anyway, open this up and let me fix this up real quick. Hold on. I can't even fix this on camera because it won't work. But anyway, let me fix this off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. It's fixed. There we go. You want to open this half right here. So there we go. And split all this, split all that. And you want to unfold the leg. And this is on the slider right here. So for Dino Mode, you want to slide this all the way to the side like that and just fold this in. So now for Robot Mode, this will just rotate and this will slide to the other side like that. And they will clip into place. There is a clip for this little tab right here. So we'll just clip this in and just straighten up the leg like so. And just bring the tail down on this double hinge. Just collapse this in and just close all that up like so. And just bring back the heel spur. And there you have one leg all done and ready. So the same thing on the other side. Just rotate this up and just slide this to the side and just clip into place. Unfortunately, this clip is not that secure, but hey, it is what it is. And you want to collapse the tail like that, and they will just close it up and just flip this up just like that. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Just bring down the arms just like so, and just you can actually position the wings however you want. Just use these hinges, use these hinges if you want to. Oh wait, you have to bring down the head fully so it taps into place. There we go. And there you go. So they have the leader class Grimlock fully transformed into his robot mode, and Hasbro really nailed it out of the park. This looks absolutely stunning. It looks gorgeous. It looks fantastic. It looks like G1 Grimlock. It definitely looks like G1 Grimlock, and I love this figure. Really, really dig him, and very screen accurate, and I definitely love the look of him. So pretty cool. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at the head sculpt. Let me raise up the camera a little bit more so you can see the full head. There we go. There you have the Grimlock head sculpt, and that looks gorgeous with the metallic blue visor, and that is screen accurate. He's supposed to have the blue visor, and I don't have a problem with that. And you can see here the chest piece. You can see the Autobot symbol just right behind the chest, but this is so tinted. I don't know why they made it so tinted, but actually, in my opinion, it actually looks stunning. It actually looks way better with the tinted chest piece. But if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to have this chest piece, you can always unscrew this. So just let me untap this first, and there are 2 screws. You can actually screw this off, and you can actually plug this out if you want to, but I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna waste time, so I'm saving time. So yeah, but all around very nicely detailed. I love all the gold on the chest. Really nice. You can see all the blue, all the red and the green and the black carried over to the legs. Really nice, really nicely detailed all around. Pretty cool. Very nice. And yes, he's supposed to have the wings, so that's pretty screen accurate, so I'm not complaining. And you got the dino head just on the backpack. And yeah, pretty clean overall. So yeah, you can see there's no extra kibble except for the dino claws, but that's supposed to be there, so that's screen accurate. So yeah, all around he's definitely a mini masterpiece bozo. A mini masterpiece Grimlock. Pretty cool. And yeah, really nicely done. So his articulation in robot mode, the head is on a ball joint, can rotate a full 360, can move up a little bit, he can look down a lot, and if you move back the wings, the arms can definitely rotate a full 360. You can move in and out. You do have a bicep swivel. This is the same type of articulation in Dino Mode, and you do have elbow joints, like slightly over 90 degrees of bend, but this is on a hook tab, so you have to unhook it if you want to use the elbow joint. So yeah, and you can actually use these joints right here to move the dino claws if you want to. And you do have a wrist swivel. Yes, wrist swivel. Extra articulation from this figure. Way better articulation than the Power of the Primes version. But anyway, so let's continue. The waist swivel is right there, so that's pretty nice. And the legs, they're on, I'm not sure if it's on the soft ratchet. I think it's on the soft ratchet. So the legs can move up that far, move back that far, and he can do the full splits if he wants to. You do have thigh swivel. Yes, thigh swivel. You do have knee joint, a ratchet knee joint, like about 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. And you do have an ankle tilt, which is really nice. I like how this piece actually comes out when you have the ankle tilt, which is really cool. I definitely like that engineering right there, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for its articulation. So he's definitely very poseable, and you can actually pose the wings if you want to. You can use these hinges if you want to move down the wings up and down. You can use this hinge to move the wings back if you want to. So yeah, so what I do, I just bring the wings up a little bit to have that, you know, to have that spread out. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, really nicely done figure in my opinion. So he can definitely hold his gun. Where's his gun? Where's his gun? Where's his gun? Ah, where's his gun? Found his gun. Yay, I found his gun. So yes, I found his gun already. So he can definitely hold the gun in his hand if you want to. Would it be better if he came with a sword? Yes, it would, but he never had a sword in the movie, so I'm not complaining. So, but you can actually store the gun in robot mode. You can see this clip right here, and it does clip onto the dino arm like so. Apparently he doesn't want to clip in. And he doesn't want to clip in, there we go. And that is for storage in robot mode. You can use this port, but there's not a lot of room for this to go into. Actually, made me a liar. It can actually go in there, so that's pretty cool. You can actually store this in Dino Mode with this port if you want to. Really cool. And you can actually use this port if you want to plug his right there if you want to, but I'm gonna leave this into his hand because he's a Dino Warrior, and all Dino Warriors should have their weapons on, so yeah. And you can definitely incorporate Wheelie in the robot mode. You can see there's a little port on each shoulder. So what you do with Wheelie is there is a little post on Wheelie's leg, so you're supposed to plug this in. Now this can be a pain in the butt. There you go. There you go. So he's actually sitting on Grimlock's shoulder to fire his slingshot. That's pretty cool. Me Grimlock don't want to be ridden on shoulder. Anyway, no, me Grimlock don't want little boy to be ridden on me shoulder. Get little boy out of here. Okay, I'm gonna get. He told me to get Wheelie out of here, so I'm out of the side. Anyway, so let's move on to some size comparisons. Here is Grimlock with the other Studio Series leader class Grimlock, so you can see. And I accidentally turned off the lights. I wonder what happened. There we go. I don't know why I turned off the light, but anyway. So there you have the two Grimlocks. This is my tongue stopped working. There you have the two Grimlocks standing next to each other, which is pretty cool. And this Grimlock is big, but he's still shorter than the Age of Extinction Studio Series leader class Grimlock. So yeah, but he's still definitely big. He's definitely very big. So let's move on to the next comparison. Here is Grimlock compared with the Kingdom leader class Megatron, with the tiny Cyberverse Deluxe class Grimlock, with the SS-86 Voyager class Scourge, with Voyager class Hot Rod, with the SS-86 Deluxes Blur, Jazz, and Cup. You can see how they scale with one another. And last but not least, here he is with the Power of the Primes Voyager class Grimlock. And yeah, there's really no question, there's no contest here. It's night and day between these two figures. This guy definitely destroys the Power of the Primes Grimlock. This one, the robot mode still looks decent, but the proportions were just off. This one, the proportions are just right. The proportions are really, really good. It feels right, it feels solid, it feels sturdy. And yeah, this one is so much better than this. What is this? Stick arms? Stick legs? I don't know, I have no idea. But anyway, so that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series 86 leader class Grimlock, and oh my freaking goodness. This figure screams Grimlock everywhere. The robot mode looks great, the Dino Mode looks great, the articulation is amazing. He has thigh swivels, he has wrist swivels, he has all the points of articulation that he needed, and really, really cool. Better articulation than the Power of the Primes Grimlock in my opinion. Like, way better articulation, better proportions, and yeah, very detailed as well. The gun is a nice touch, and little Wheelie, even little Wheelie is a nice touch. Really, really cool. Let me put Wheelie right there, so you can see how Wheelie scales with Grimlock right there. So yeah, Wheelie is definitely a nice touch. I'm gonna put him off right there because we're still talking about Grimlock, aren't we? So yeah, really cool. He's nicely painted all around as well. The gold, the blue, the red, the green, and yeah, very, very screen accurate all around. Really, really cool figure. I have no complaints. If you do have a complaint about the chest panel being too tinted, you can actually just plug it off by unscrewing those two screws at the back. So that's the thing you can do, but I'm not gonna do it because I like this one. I like this chest. I like this tinted chest. It makes him more, you know, badass anyway. So yeah, pretty cool. So how should I rank Grimlock? Let's see. So since I have no complaints whatsoever, I literally have no complaints. I have no issues with this guy. He's definitely fun to mess with. The transformation is nice and smooth. I like how you can have the tail just, you know, fold it in and then just close it up, and that's pretty cool. Pretty clean also. So pretty clean transformation, and yeah. So all around, I'm just gonna give Grimlock a 10 out of 10. Perfect 10, straight 10s, all 10s, all around. So yeah. Really well done, Hasbro. You did a fantastic job with this figure. So since we already got Grimlock, that means we're gonna get the other 4 Dinobots that we're gonna get. Like Snarl, Sludge, Slug, and Swoop. Can we get those in leader class scale? Hopefully. So I definitely can't wait for Dinobot Slug, because there have been leaks for a leader class Studio Series 86 Dinobot Slug, but I don't know why they're gonna give us an 86 Slug and instead of Age of Extinction Slug. Come on, I need Age of Extinction Dinobots as well. But anyway, the 86 Dinobots are awesome as well, so I can't wait to get the rest of the 86 Dinobots in my collection, because I definitely want more Dinobots. I love the Dinobots. This is my freaking favorite Dinobot, King Grimlock himself. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and stay subscribed, because you do not want to unsubscribe from this channel. No, 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 no. Stay subscribed to this channel, because there are more awesome reviews coming soon. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you'll know when my new videos are up and ready, or you will never miss, you know, my new videos that are coming soon. So, and you can always get, I did get this figure, I'm gonna mention this, I did get this figure from My Toy M Corp Mall, and I ordered it from Shopee, the website, but you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for any availability for this figure itself. So I will post a link to that website in the description down below, and you can always check out my Studio Series playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below as well. So, and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Grimlock with the Autobot Wheelie. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out!